Stream is up. Fucking run it. I'm telling you right now, Greg.
What?
I'm bringing the fucking
You are fired
I'm
up.
feeding. Oh, I missed this, dude.
That's vodka in there.
Straight
kidding.
fucking
Twisted.
Tito's. Taylor was sipping Tito's down.
Was she?
You got Russian
Yeah,
fermented
she went and
potatoes.
bought a bottle. Didn't I tell you that? So she goes up because we're on the ocean. Right?
You know she's not an alcoholic just for the mere fact that she bought Tito's.
So get this. We're on the beach, and she's like, I'm going to go to the bar at the hotel outside, and I'm going to get a drink. Do you want something? I said, I'll take a kitty cocktail. Extra cherries.
Sure.
Run it.
Of course.
So she comes back, and I'm like, what'd you get? She goes, vodka and pineapple juice. I said, that's interesting. That's kind of weird. What made you come up with that? She's like, I don't know. It just seems oceany. I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
God.
whatever. So, she has a couple, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And
2, 3 at a time.
No, she doesn't drink like that, right? So she's sauced. And she's like, babe. We're going to the grocery store. I want to get some things. She's like, can we stop at the liquor store? I want to get a bottle of Tito's. I said, sure.
Ma, meatloaf.
I said, sure. So then she wants to get pineapple juice with it. And she gets this like organic pineapple juice bottle. And it's got like the raw in it. So it's like,
Oh, you
all
got to
cloudy
really
and shit.
shake it up.
And I put it back on the shelf and I grab her a can, the big can.
No,
of
not
pineapple
you need the
juice.
orange pineapple.
I was going to say that's
she didn't
something
want
you
it.
got me
So-
into.
Yeah.
So I buy a can of it and then I buy a church key so you can put a hole in it to pour her drinks. She literally drank about that much of the bottle of Tito's and she drank probably the same amount of pineapple juice. The rest of it we just left for the housekeeping when we left.
Really? What a fucking waste.
What a normie, huh?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That is how you know she's not alcoholic.
That's what I'm
because
saying, yeah.
I would have already, regimented my day, rationed out the amount of
Well,
time.
first off,
you wouldn't have got one bottle.
Tito's.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got one bottle for a week on the beach.
Oh,
No.
God, no.
No, she got 1.75 of Tito's and drank probably 3 shots.
I'd have been
of
like,
it.
go grab your cardboard box. We're filling her up.
Let's go.
Daddy's on his honeymoon. I ain't going to remember shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
Tito's. I don't even think I've ever had Tito's.
No. Oh, I mean, no, I haven't. Unless maybe someone mixed it for me, but I would have never asked for it.
No. Even at a bar, I'd be like,
Yeah,
rail.
Give me Phillips.
What's your rail?
yeah. What's the cheap? Do you got any that's spilled on the counter that you can use?
Yeah,
in
just
my
give me a
drink?
straw.
Yeah.
That's a very popular drink in
Oh,
Wisconsin.
never mind. I already have a
Funny,
straw.
too, 'cause
The bar
at
rag?
the wedding, all these people were talking about how they would go up to the bar and buy drinks.
Yeah.
And they'd set it down. They'd come back and the drinks would be gone. And I was like,
That's me.
that's yeah. I'm like, who the fuck was paid for
When
drinks?
we went on our cruise, so I was like 21 years old, we packed booze.
Yeah.
So I packed like 2 jugs, and I wasn't even like, I was 21, so this
Yeah.
wasn't like
This wasn't
28-year-old
peak.
Mike Reeves.
Yeah.
And they fucking lost my luggage, so I went a day without my shit. They wouldn't reimburse me for anything. My dad's like, I have an extra pair of shorts. Like, I'm 21, Dan. I don't want your fucking
khakis.
stupid ass swim
Keep
trunks.
your cargoes in the bag.
I packed for a week, fresh as hell, on
Yeah.
vacation, cruise, like, let's go. So luckily Ma had some jugs in her luggage that didn't get lost.
Good for her.
So yeah, we were fine. I got it a day later, I think at the next port or whatever. But it's like, yeah, and they wouldn't. All they said was, we'll reimburse you for what you like if you go buy an outfit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I brought vacation money, not you lost my luggage, go to the store and buy shit money. Like, I was pissed.
And,
Do you
and
have
then
that
guys,
burger yet?
No,
What the fuck are you doing?
I haven't seen a Wendy's.
They're all over by your neck of the woods.
There's no. Yeah, but I work all day.
Oh wow, that's
Oh, here we go.
a working man over here.
Yeah, there's a Taco John's, a Culver's, and a
He
Subway.
smashes a 6-pack and a pound on the daily now.
That's when I was on the phone with you guys. That's what I was
Yeah.
eating.
all right, guys, and then we have Stephanie on
can't hear
the
you.
Zoom call.
He's talking-
Devin, I can hear you because the
he's talking
door's
to the
open.
talent. He's talking
Oh,
to the
hold on.
talent.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, not
There
very
we
well
go.
though.
Stephanie. Stephanie is in the waiting room, so we got her, and then we'll be ready to start here in shortly.
Is that your
In like
final
minutes.
answer? Sorry, I'm already.
Tevin, for the show though, hopefully your mic works better because you don't sound very good.
Turn it up, turn it up. Watch it all fall out.
Matt, tell you lost his wedding ring.
Did you really?
I don't know. I can't find it.
That means you lost
Yeah.
it.
If you can't,
That's
find
the
it,
definition of losing
I
something
don't.
is
It's
when you
got to
can't
be in the
find it.
apartment.
It's got to be.
I took
You
it
know.
off.
You know who's got it? The guy who redid your carpet.
That's what I said. I told my mom that, but I didn't want to sound. I'm not racist. I feel like only racists
Well, that's-
have to say they're not racist, but I'm not.
Well, first off, Greg and I didn't even know they weren't a couple of white guys.
Yeah,
They weren't.
regardless of
Clearly,
They
from
weren't.
your comment.
They weren't.
they could have
But
been
that's- I
leprechauns.
don't think they would, because I had a bunch of cash sitting in the bowl on the. they
Well, you
didn't
don't
take
go after
that.
the obvious stuff.
Yeah, you
You always leave the cash.
leave the cash. You
I
take
don't
you
think
take
so.
the jewelry.
I don't think.
Yeah,
you
because
would
if
do
someone's
that.
in
they're
your
really
pla-
nice.
if someone's in your place, the first
Of course
thing
they were nice. They had your wedding ring in
I
their
don't
pocket.
Think so.
that's already at some pawn shop. They traded it for
It's
a
got to be
DS.
somewhere, man.
You want to put a wager on the fact that it's gone for good, Greg?
Thank God. That's why I didn't get a gold band, because I knew I would do stuff like this.
Why did you ever take it off?
That's what I said.
Because I don't like to wear it to work.
Well, then
Because of all the girls he sees when he's dropping the
No, I
bread
wear
loaves
this
off.
one. Silicone band.
Why didn't
Oh,
you
that's
just go with that as your ring then?
yeah,
It might be from now on.
and then you put it in. Then you put the real dog in your gun safe for when you.
Yeah, for the big
I
event.
don't have guns, Greg.
give it
I'm
to
a
me.
felon. I can't have guns.
Then give it to me, and I'll keep it in my gun safe.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's what my dad's got a ring. He just pops
You'll
on.
be
It's a
living
pinky
in
ring.
freaking-
Yeah.
You'll be living in Toronto pretty soon. Then I'll never be able to get my ring.
Well, okay. Here's my point.
Yeah,
Put it someplace
Safety
safe.
deposit box at your
Yeah,
bank.
put it at your parents' house.
I'm not getting a safety deposit box. This is 2020.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
I don't
you guys
know.
ready?
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bring it.
Do you want this door open or not?
No, we'll shut it and then we'll get this thing going on.
Wow.
It's gonna be good.
Stephanie's like, these guys always argue with each other.
Yeah,
Yep.
we do. We
Yep.
do, Stephanie.
Yep.
Let it rip. You guys are going down today.
In what?
Life.
Matt hasn't. Oh, look at you guys. That was such a feminine high five.
It's intro, Greg.
What do you get?
What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Weekend Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Benzi's back.
Tell a friend.
Oh!
Benzi's back.
You guys
Benzi's back. Benzi's back. Benzi's back.
Woo, it's good to be back, boys.
Oh, episode 42.
Jackie
Robinson. The GOAT.
I asked Greg, or I asked Mike on the way here. I said, "Well, who are we going to do for 42?"
Who else?
I
he's
asked
like,
him what episode.
He's like, "How dare you?"
I asked him what episode are we on. He goes 38. It's like you can tell he's been gone for a month.
Yeah, I mean, you don't watch the episodes anyway. But
I did.
Did you?
Yeah,
No,
it was
he
about
did.
as dry as the wood that a carpenter works on. I'm tell you that right now. It was
That
dry.
last
No,
week?
not the talent. I'm just talking about
Yeah, basically said we suck without him.
Yeah.
the duo.
Most people didn't even realize you weren't there.
Yes, they
Welcome
did.
in, Twist Nation. Thank you to our sponsor for the show, Bricks Boatworks.
Bricks.
It's getting cold. That lake's about to freeze. You
Yeah.
got to get your boat in for some winterizing
Get it done.
and then store it.
yeah.
Also, you're going to want to head to mndockandlift.com. You're going to want to find that otter for that ice fishing equipment,
Yeah.
the storage. And they have a promo code. I don't know if you watched that part. Did you know that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Twist.
It is.
Yeah.
Enter the promo code TWIST for 5% off. So again, thank you, Bricks Boatworks.
Love it.
Thank you, Minnesota Dock and Lift. So we're back at full strength. Have a great show for you, Twist Nation. We're going to kick it off with Stephanie Stradley. She is a Houston Texans contributor for the Houston Chronicle, as much as other things. Stephanie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Fabulous.
We're doing good. It's nice to have a womanly touch.
A feminine touch to the program.
Oh, God.
I like that. Yeah,
So-
I like that.
Wait, I didn't know that was part of the deal. I just been gardening and stuff. So here's my
Yeah, I was just gonna say you got a flat bill at. We're friends forever.
Yeah.
Now I do have a surprise for you, Stephanie. When I was looking for a picture
no.
to post, I found out some information about you. Tevin, why don't you play it?
Oh no.
Oh, he wasn't
Here
prepared.
we go. Here we go.
Hold on. Tap dance a little bit.
Oh, tap and dance. And Matt
I'm
got-
afraid.
Oh, you
be
shouldn't
very afraid.
You shouldn't be.
Oh, no.
Not one bit.
All she could see is us.
Yeah, that's fine. And
That's
Greg's
all right.
ugly sweatshirt.
It's all right. Tevin's getting there. Tevin's finessing.
You know, this is why we talked about this before the show to Money.
Yeah.
So we're in Northeast Minneapolis right now at NBC Studios.
Yeah.
You can go to NBCMulticaststudio.com and NBCMulticast.com.
NBCMulticast.com.
.com.
And you can do some cool things, and we'll pull up this Stephanie video here.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Then Harper's Bazaar, that's the right order. Who got it in the fastest time? Let's see. Winner is...
There she is.
Hi, Stephanie. Congratulations. Let's go for it.
Now, Matt says he doesn't think that's you. No, that's you, correct?
It's totally me.
Yes.
Yes.
Why would that not be me?
Well, I don't know. I said it would be horrible if we found this clip and it's really not her.
Well, and I've seen pictures of you, and I'm like, that's
I know, but
definitely
still.
It's the teeth. I mean, it's one for one.
It was my dream in life back when that show was on to be on the show. I tried out every time that they offered it. I couldn't. I always got past like the first round, but I could never get the 4 numbers in a row fast enough. It drove me nuts. So I give you all the credit in the world for being able to do
Thank
that
you.
score.
Now, what did you walk away with?
$64,000.
Wow. What was the question that you walked away from?
Oh man, it was the city where Chariots of Fire was supposed to be depicting the movie, which
Correct.
kills me because it's a sports related question I didn't get.
Sure.
I wouldn't have known.
So another fun fact about you, rather than just being a contributor for the Houston Texans, you're a diehard fan. You've actually ran the flag out onto the field. You won tickets
4 times.
4 times, that's right.
Yeah.
And won tickets to the Super Bowl. Now Twice. So we're passionate fans here. Greg's got his Green Bay stuff on. Now, I have a tattoo on my back for the VWO. So I know a lot of teams out there have their diehard groups. Here in Minnesota, it's the Vikings World Order. I had to go through a huge process, got knighted in. So I'm about as diehard as they come. Do they have like a TWO or something like that for the Texans? Have you heard of the VWO?
No. I think, for the Texans, it was kind of cool because we got to see the team like start like I was at the first game, right?
Yep, right.
And so we got to create our own traditions. Under the Oilers, you weren't allowed to have tailgating, and that was like one of the first things that the Texans allowed because A, great food in Houston, and B, they knew that the team was going to suck for a while, so you need to get some bang for the buck. And so, they had these different contests, be ultimate fan and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't know anybody who was as stoked as I was. And it was really cool because I got to meet all these other people that cared as much as I did. But there's so many different great fan groups. You have your bloggers, your tailgaters, your face painters. I mean, everybody. So there's just a bunch of great fans. And if you ever can make it to a Houston Texans game, once we get tailgating back up and all that, please do. There's a group called the Traveling Texans, and we actually went in a big group to Lambeau Field during that snow game that the Packers beat the Texans for. And I have to say, I had so much fun at that game. Packers fans were a lot of fun. I know the Viking fans are probably not keen on that part of thing, but I mean, I'm sure during Vikings-Packers, there's plenty of Vikings fans that go to Green Bay and have a good time. And, for us, it was particularly cool because, Green Bay doesn't have any, problems with the Texans. They just said, hey, come, drink our beer, give us your money. And
eat our cheese.
And our favorite son plays for you guys.
Yes.
Justin James.
Justin James Watt.
That's right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's been a joy to watch.
Yeah, we'll take him back anytime, but you guys can have him for now.
Yeah.
I think he'll retire a Texan. So we do have a huge matchup this week. It's a must-win game for Matt and I's Minnesota Vikings. I believe you guys are a 3.5 point favorite.
3.5.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Which isn't really favored given that it's a home game and
15,000 fans too, right?
Gonna be less than 13,000 fans. Okay. Frankly, I've been to every single home game except for the one game where like my daughter was born. And I got to say, you would have to pay me a lot of money to go to a game, and I'm wearing a mask and I'm eating my really expensive food and I can't go tailgating and, Mr. Contagion sitting over there yelling at me. Like, I don't want that scene.
No.
And it's beautiful weather outside. I've been gardening all day. I don't want to be, with the Contagion Fest, 2020. I'm done with that. I actually had COVID in March. It sucked.
Yep.
I do not recommend it.
Matt had it here too.
Yep, I had it as well. It didn't suck.
Did you have a sucky version, or did you have the version where you just can't smell stuff?
3-day flu. It wasn't even like I didn't lose smell. I didn't lose taste. It was just a fever for about a day and a half. Super tired.
Greg and I still think he was doing it for attention. But.
Yeah, I was doing it for ratings, really. It didn't help much.
He wanted me to bring him over food for a week.
Yeah, it was the quarantining part of it was by far the worst. Easily.
Well, I'm glad that it was as easy for you. I actually had traveled, got it, but before I knew I got it, I gave it to my husband, and we were down for about 3 weeks. That sucked. Yeah. And it was like really early in March, so we couldn't get tested, but we're like we would get a symptom, and then they would say, "Did you know loss of taste and smell is a symptom?" And we're like, "Oh man, we totally have it."
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's too bad. So, segue. I'm not trying to downplay that by any means, but into the game this Sunday, tomorrow.
Yep.
Two of the worst defenses in the NFL. I think we're the 31st ranked D, and you might be 29 or 30. So I think offense is going to be going. I think the X factor here is the quarterback, which you guys have, and Deshaun Watson.
You guys have a system. You have a system.
A system that's
I don't know about a system.
We
don't have Bill O'Brien. That's right.
You don't have a quarterback. I mean, Kubiak can put things together with duct tape and stuff like that, but you don't have a quarterback and you're stuck. And we have a quarterback here. We just don't have someone that understands that what he can do. Like my article this week was just basically going, you don't have to have a successful running game to play action game, you know, and you have this tremendous quarterback in Deshaun Watson, and then they put him behind an offensive line that's still learning things. And he's like, sit. And then I have to do something crazy to make a play. And he can do that, but it just doesn't look like the scheme helps him very much. They haven't been very successful with play action this year, but they haven't tried it very much. But in 2017, that was a good part of his breakout that got Bill O'Brien another contract. And then as soon as he got better after his knee surgery, then it was back to playing just really ugly brand of offensive ball. He has to do things himself, to create offense, and it's doing it that way is just not very consistent. It would be very interesting to see him matched up with, let's say, Andy Reid.
Sure.
I don't think that he would be having these current issues if he was paired up with a scheme that was proven and good. And Bill O'Brien has never put a good offense on the field, and he was hired originally as an offensive-minded head coach.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You look at teams like, Baltimore, for instance, they have more of a mobile quarterback than a Mahomes, and they literally tailored that offense around Lamar Jackson. I mean, it's a well-oiled machine until they play the Chiefs. But it's built around them, and you're right, with Bill O'Brien, it's like you have this talent. I remember talking to Matt about this when the Texans played the first game of the year. It's like, does Deshaun know that he can run around and that he's, it looked like that. It's like, come on, let's see some, and it's not for the fact of him. It's because the offense is just so bland around him.
Correct.
Yeah. And you traded for a contract with David Johnson that some observers thought that they would have had to do a Brock Osweiler deal to get rid of that contract. And instead of that happening, they got rid of a toxic contract and they got DeAndre Hopkins, which pretty much was one of the best players that the Texans had. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think people are completely over that. I mean, it is a blessing to have a player that when you have to have a third down, you have to move the chains, you have to get a touchdown. You know that if you throw it anywhere in his direction, he's going to come down with the ball. And he demands a double team because of, nobody can win a one-on-one with him. So he demands a double team, and it opens up things for other people. They haven't kind of gotten past that. Now, of course, they've played 3 really good teams this year. And so this, from Houston's perspective, playing the Vikings, is that a good game? I mean, I'm sure that, the Vikings fans are wondering that about Houston. So, if they still look this and that against the Vikings that have been struggling, I mean, I think that says a lot.
Right, definitely.
We were blindsided here with that DeAndre Hopkins, trade. Vikings fans know we just got rid of Stephon Diggs, but that was different because he was toxic. He talked about, encrypting stuff on Twitter about wanting to be gone, and right. And so we sent him off. But then with DeAndre Hopkins, they basically just didn't want to pay him, his next contract, and got rid of him for David Johnson, who's been okay, I guess. I think he'll probably have a pretty good game against us, and I'm hoping so. I need him to produce. But, yeah, I mean, you kind of have your 1A and Hopkins and your 1B and Diggs. They're different, but both extremely talented, to where Vikings fans were like, get rid of them.
Right.
And Texans fans were like, what just happened?
Well, I mean, I think part of it is you can understand that they were not going to be able to pay him what he was going to want, but he was under contract. And if you let people just go, hey, I don't like my contract, okay, go away. Well, then what is every good player going to do when they're near the end of their contract? Yeah. I mean, it's and then what they got for him is just not equivalent. And it was, at the time that he was traded, it was like right at the beginning of the COVID stuff. So you could think, hey, let's keep him on. Hopkins could have been fine staying in Houston, not having to move and uproot himself. And then you just have another year where 2 players that know how to play well together and have good chemistry would continue to do that. And usually, there is a little bit of breakdown between, wide receivers coming on with new quarterbacks. And I think the Texans have been experiencing that. But DeAndre Hopkins has produced no matter what garbage quarterback the Texans have had throwing to him. Like, I would have produced throwing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins because he's just a really good player.
Right.
I mean, and he stayed on the field. Like, they got rid of the only wide receiver for the Houston Texans who had hamstrings that functioned on a regular basis.
That's a beautiful segue, because I was going to talk about how both of our teams are riddled with injuries on both sides of the ball. And, there's Duke Johnson, who has been back to practice this week. Obviously, that's helpful, so you don't have just a single back in the backfield that's taken all the damage. But what have you heard about Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks? What does your injury report look like going into tomorrow's game?
Well, I mean, Fuller says he's going to play. I mean, he's listed on the report with a hamstring. And the difficult part about hamstring injury is the most likely – the reason why you get hamstring injuries is you're fast. Like, that's the number one reason. And if you've had a previous hamstring injury, you're more likely to get another. So, like, he talked about all these things that he worked on in the offseason to help with hamstrings. But once you've had one, you've had one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And if he's currently nursing one, if you keep on, who of you have had a hamstring?
Matt hasn't.
No, I haven't. I am not. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it sounds like not a big deal, but when you have even a minor hamstring issue, you might be able to walk around, you might be feeling better, and then you go full strength on it and you have a setback. It's really hard to kind of figure out how you come back from it. And, he's been kind of working on it. He hasn't had a great last game, but I mean, the Texans just didn't have really consistent games on offense anyway. Yeah. I mean, I think they just have some issues. I wouldn't target any of the Texans wide receivers in fantasy if I had other choices. Now, Deshaun Watson, I mean, he is either going to put up yards or he's going to have to put up yards in garbage time.
Yep.
So, and he can run the ball. So from like, let's say a fantasy perspective, he's the only person I would target. You know, the tight ends in a pinch, you can do that because he has actually pretty good chemistry with his tight ends. But I wouldn't really target anybody in the Texans offense because they just don't have a really good scheme that you can depend on week in and week out. Their scheme is Deshaun Watson, go out and do something fabulous. That's their scheme.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those weeks, though, where you're playing against such an inexperienced defense where it's like if Will Fuller is ever going to prove that he's a number one, you got to give him the confidence this week. So, yeah, it's unfortunate because it was like when I looked at my love-hate for this week, Deshaun Watson's the number one quarterback you want to play, and they have Will Fuller, even though he was listed as questionable, because they're like, even at questionable, if Deshaun Watson's ever going to build up chemistry with him, it's going to be this week because of
he has chemistry. He has chemistry with Fuller. The only question on Fuller is he good enough to go? And he said, yeah, I mean, they made him available for the media, which they normally will not do if a guy's not going to play. They think that he's going to play. Now, but I mean, we know as much about that they do because you can try to play on a hamstring and then all it takes is a moment where it's not functioning. And I think the other thing that's going to be curious to me is last week against the Steelers, it looked like the Steelers had the Texans' number on the running game. Like the Steelers have been really good against the run, but it looked like they saw something in the Texans' offense that was a tell because, I mean, they were on it within milliseconds. And, you know, I know that you guys have issues with your defense and the personnel, but Zimmer's not dumb. And I'm curious to see if he's seen some things in the Texans' offense because clearly their offensive linemen can be fooled. They've been fooled, and you know, and that requires Deshaun Watson to do some heroics, and sometimes he goes too far and turns over the ball.
And that's the big thing about both teams as well is that we're both so easily exposed on offense and defensive side of the ball. You talk about the immaturity, but also just we haven't found our way as a Vikings team this year on what direction we want to go in. You see them kind of start to dabble in this direction, we get shut down. You try to go in this direction, you get shut down. They don't have a direction. And I think that's same for the Texans. There's no compass leading them the way that they should go.
I think it's more of a chemistry thing for the Texans. You know, one of the things in my column this week is I thought it'd be interesting if Kubiak was the Texans coach this week and O'Brien was the offensive coordinator for the Vikings because you know, O'Brien likes a dink and dunk quarterback who doesn't take any chances. And Kubiak likes a guy who can move and will check down when he needs to, but isn't afraid to check it up and take some risk. I mean, really. And they have running backs that have talent. They just need, you know, to have some holes and have competent offensive line coaching, which I don't think that the Texans have had since O'Brien has been coach.
Do you think O'Brien lasts the year?
I think they're going to be really reluctant to pull the trigger in season, or if they do, it would be near the end of the season. And part of that is O'Brien's doing. They don't really have any in-house solutions for their offense. Tim Kelly, who's the offensive coordinator, doesn't really have an offensive background. I mean, other than him being tied to Bill O'Brien, like they don't really have a very impressive offensive assistant staff. I guess you could put Romeo Crennel as your head coach if you really needed to do that. But at this point, you know, they've played 3 tough teams. O'Brien has been able to get his teams to kind of slink through the end of the year. But if they lose to enough not good teams, people are sick of this. Yeah. You know, he got his extension because Watson looked good in 2017, and everything since that has been just rage and disappointment.
Bill O'Brien's just a genius when you think about it. He actually is the person who would be in charge of firing himself.
Yeah.
So just an absolute
that
genius.
Worked out great for Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, man. No, that's awesome. So I'm going to switch off topic a little bit.
Yeah, do it.
What are you hearing, or what did you hear about the Texans rejecting Earl Thomas?
You know, I've heard all sorts of things that I don't think are of reportable quality.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is, you know, they have issues at safety. They have an injury there. You know, there are various safeties that are available. And I am sure that they were interested in kicking the tires on some of those. He shares the same agent as Watson does, so maybe that was kind of part of the introduction. But, you know, that's taking on
a lot of baggage.
Some headaches that you might not want to be taking on just for backup safety position.
Yeah.
Or what you would want as a starter, but pulling them in this far into the season. I mean, that's not to say it's not going to happen down the road, but I'm just, I'm not really putting much brain space to it because it was just maybe some kicking the tires.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, and take off your Houston Texans fan hat for a second. This is going to be tough because we're talking about
analysis. I always do.
So it's brilliant.
So when the players from the Titans were tested positive for COVID, it automatically shut down the Minnesota Vikings facility for, I think it turned out to be 2 days.
Yeah.
And the talk up here, now I couldn't care less as a Packer fan, but the talk up here was that to have an even playing field, the Texans should have been asked to not practice those days either. As a general NFL fan, what do you think about something like that?
No, I mean, I think that this whole season, not just this particular situation, I think this whole season has this question of what is fair from a competitive standpoint. Now, the size of the practice squads, that was supposed to make it a little bit more fair. But once you have an outbreak, you have an outbreak. I mean, as we are recording this now, Cam Newton has tested positive for COVID.
What?
So, you know, I would think that you would have some sorts of rules in place to make it equitable between two teams that are actually playing, as opposed to, you know, hey, maybe they play, maybe they don't play. I think that would have been totally fair, but they don't have rules on that. Yep. You know, they've been trying to come up with all sorts of rules, like, for example, if, you know, some teams have fans in the stands, some teams aren't allowed to have fans in the stands. You know, the Texans are going to have up to 13,000 fans. Last time I checked, they did not have many of those seats sold, and a lot of them were just listed at face value. So some people are going to take bats on those tickets, but, you know, some teams have fans, some teams don't have fans. They came up with rules with, like, what sounds are you supposed to be playing in the stadium and what is on the broadcast. I mean, we're just making stuff up, and we're just trying our best, and we need to give each other grace on stuff. But as it relates to the Texans practicing and the Vikings not, that who knows, maybe that works to your benefit. I mean,
yeah, it could be.
So final score prediction, Stephanie.
You know, I don't like doing those because I think.
Oh, come on!
I know.
No one watches us. This is the four of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if the teams played 10,000 times, there'd be 10,000 different results. If you look at it from a statistical standpoint, it's pretty much draw. And so that means, you know, the balls could bounce either way. I do think that, you know, the Texans have played a pretty tough schedule to date. And, you know, Deshaun Watson is really, he's already done things on a football field that in all of my years of watching football, I've never seen. So, you know, I think the coaching for the Vikings is better, but I think that, you know, the best quarterback usually wins if the teams are relatively the same.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you too.
Yeah. You know, it's sad. It is sad, but, you know, we'd rather not be middle of the road. We'd rather be biblically bad. So we're hoping for
historically horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's, you know, as someone who's lived through some historically horrible seasons, I got to tell you, it was a drag. You know, and I was born in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I was born in Wisconsin, so I went through some really bad football before, you know, it all kind of turned around. Like,
the 80s sucked. The 1980s sucked for us. In Green
there
Bay.
was a lot of that. Yeah. And then, you know, my family, my mom is from Albert Lee, Minnesota.
Hey, there you go.
And all my kinfolk is from Albert Lee. So I endured all those very disappointing Vikings teams that were really great, but not great enough.
Yeah.
Right. My grandmother, for a while there, I thought the name of the Vikings was Dem Vikings.
Yes. Yes. It
Still is.
Yeah.
There you go. Dem Vikings. That's a group.
Well, at least you smartened up and moved away from all the cold. So.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, I was hearing your ad earlier. I mean, it's golfing season here.
Oh,
yeah. Isn't that
Our
funny?
weather right now is gorgeous.
I was just on a honeymoon in South Carolina and Georgia, and it was perfect. 80s, perfect. Humid,
see, I don't mind
humid.
this. I don't mind the hoodie. It's just what's to come is what I don't
winter's
like,
my favorite season, so I deal with it. I love it. So awesome.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, for coming on. You can find Stephanie on Twitter at Steph Stradley. And where can they find your contributions to the Houston Chronicle?
In my Twitter bio, I have a link to all of my Texans writing, and then I also have a link to my non-Texans writing on my own blog. You type in any version of my name, Steph Stradley, StephanieStradley.com, and it will take you to my personal blog for all those people who could not give a crap about the Texans at all, but still like my writing.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Steph.
Well, I'm glad to contribute my feminine wiles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for the feminine touch.
Awesome. Have a good one and enjoy the game tomorrow, all right?
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, this is the first episode my girlfriend will ever watch. You had a girl on.
Hey, a couple of weeks ago we did. What do you mean?
She watched that one too. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Good.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're all. What's that?
She should watch any one that I'm in.
Of course.
We get
She's got to
great.
try to figure out who I am. Brilliant.
Who's the guy in the
She
middle?
didn't even want to come to your wedding.
I know.
She
Shots fired.
Who's? Yeah.
It's all right.
All right, Tevin, let's fire up the show. Huh?
All right, here we go with the twist topics of the week.
Twist topics. All right, number one, did Doc Rivers deserve to be fired? And what do you guys think about the hiring with him in the 76ers?
Well, unfortunately, you can't fire the players. So, I guess Ballmer thought something had to be done because that's a decision. When you get rid of a high profile coach like him, that's an ownership decision. That's not a president of basketball operations decision.
I did have a article I'm pulling up right now, and it was 100% the owner.
Yeah,
he was furious about Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
So,
oh really?
Yeah. So Doc, we touched on it, was not just the head coach; he was the president of basketball operations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the owner hired this analytics team and did all this stuff, and basically they said start Zubac over Harrell in the series.
Yep.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
And so he went against that, and then they pegged Michael Porter Jr. as undraftable, and then had to face him. They ended up beating.
Yeah.
Or no, they ended up losing to him.
Right.
And was furious and was like, you don't listen. I hired an analytics team. You don't even listen to him. And then this guy who you said was undraftable is going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it's interesting, because you see when Doc showed up to the team, they had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan.
Right. Yeah. Big
Solid
three.
big three.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his time ran out. He tried to shuffle the deck. You get Kawhi, you get PG-13, and then
that are gone after next
and
year.
You have all the depth. You got Beverly, you've got Zubac, you got all that depth on your squad. They were easily pinned to be a finals contender this year, and they fold. So, I mean, that's the interesting thing for me to think about is now that he's going to Philly to a similar situation, really. You've got talent on the roster. You've got stars on the roster.
They're screwed. They're 19 over the hard cap, which they're going to have to pay $70 million in. Al Horford is an unmovable contract.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing, Terrell Owens just tweeted about this, about Ben Simmons to Minnesota.
Right.
And that opens the door back up with Doc being there.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to put players around you. You get rid of Ben, you bring in Alonzo, which is exactly what they would do, and you free up a ton of money to be able to start.
Right?
LaMelo. Excuse me.
It's all good.
Sorry, Greg.
It's all good. Because I was about
shit.
to say the same shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. And does it make sense for Minnesota?
Yes.
I like
100%.
I like it.
I'd give my left nut right now on this show live to have Ben Simmons.
Get out the knife.
Get out the dagger, T.
Without the headband, though. In 2K, he has a headband on.
No,
I can't even take it off.
No.
You can't go into the customize and take it off. He looks ridiculous.
Well, see, I think
you wonder why Jenner broke up with him, probably because of the headband.
quick,
She wanted
easily.
Devin Booker in that non-headband.
I think that Philadelphia has made it very clear that the focal point of their team is Joel Embiid.
Yes.
So they would be willing to get rid of Simmons if Doc Rivers says, you know what, I want to do this, and this, and if we can get number one and get, obviously, Ball for that, then they'll do it, but there's no way they were going to get rid of Joel Embiid.
No.
You know, but see, that's what makes it so interesting is my first thought was, well, Doc Rivers has experience coaching established talent. He did it in Boston. They won the championship. Yep. And now if you get rid of that established talent that has already played for years together and you bring in a young guy, is Doc Rivers going to want that? I mean, coaches that have been in the league for that long, do they really want to coach rookies who have come in with some attitude?
Well, I mean, he's still going to have established veterans. He's got Tobias Harris.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got Al Horford, and he'll have Embiid. You're not moving on Tobias Harris. He just signed an over $100 million contract.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be your 1B,
Yeah.
and then you're going to get the number 1 overall pick. I don't know if it's enough to send number 1. Do you need to send 17? You know, if it took those two, I would still do it.
I would do it.
And then at 33, you get Daniel Oturu.
Or you make it a 3-way trade and you go get Book and you send freaking him down there. You get Booker.
To Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather have Booker.
Right.
100%.
And so would the team of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there you go. You just kind of middleman him, shuffle him down. He can be their franchise player and we'll take Book.
That'd be great.
I love it.
Bradley Beal bought a house in L.A.
Yeah, you want to hear about this house?
I do. I'd love to.
All right. The property, which is 7,200 square feet,
that's
was
big.
just built in 2020 and features 5 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and 3 separate living spaces to lounge, hang out, and enjoy some reefer.
Is that what it says?
actually
No,
says
it doesn't say that. Having inked a 2-year, $72 million contract extension with the Wizards last fall, the 27-year-old shooting guard is among the highest-earning NBA players and just finished his 8th season with the Wizards and is under contract until 21-22 when he can opt out his player option and become a free agent.
Yeah. I think players just like to have homes in L.A.
I was going to say,
Yeah, they do.
whether it's
for sure.
Yeah, whether it's Miami or L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's saying anything because
neither team can afford them. Number one, unless there's an expansion team coming in LA that we don't know about. But yeah, I mean, if I had money like that, I'd buy a house in LA too,
of course,
and a helicopter because I would not drive. You guys know me in the traffic.
Yeah, helicopters don't work that well in LA.
R.I.P.
Yeah, well, you guys know me in the traffic here in Minnesota. I'd go to jail in California if I had to drive those roads all the time.
But you know what's fun? Get in an Uber from LAX to wherever.
No.
Those Uber drivers
are psychopaths.
They're psychopaths, and they drive like you do.
Yeah.
But I don't know them.
Let me tell you something. I've been to LA, homeless, and when I was there, I only took the bus. And the bus has its own little lane. Yeah. That's the way to do it. That's just a fun fact.
I just get a scooter so I could scoot around.
A little moped?
You die on that too.
A little Vespa?
Yeah, but good for Bradley Beal. It's a plush crib.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. I don't
Switching over to the NFL. Yeah. Will the Kansas City Chiefs lose a flipping game all season long?
They got to lose at least one. I mean, they don't have to. Obviously, New England went 16-0 one year. It took them till the last play of the game to beat the Chargers with a rookie quarterback who didn't know he was starting until 5 minutes before the game.
Do you think part of that was because they didn't know either, so they weren't game planning for him?
But still, it's not like he played like Aaron Rodgers. Sure. He was very pedestrian. I just think there's going to be one game this year that every team has one.
Let's find it. Ready? Patriots.
Win if they play.
Raiders.
Win.
Bills.
See, there you go. I'm thinking right there.
That's
Suspect.
tough.
Yeah.
At Buffalo. Okay. Broncos.
Win.
Jets.
Win.
Panthers.
Win.
Raiders.
Win.
Bucks.
Win.
Broncos.
Win.
Dolphins.
Win.
Saints.
Wait, see, we're already that late in the year.
Falcons.
Win.
Chargers.
Win. So the Bills.
I see three subs.
Bills. I don't see Tom Brady being able to keep up.
Bills, Bucks, Saints. That's what you're saying. Those are suspect.
I think the Raiders when they play in Vegas. I'm not saying they're going to.
In front of the 70,000 fans who aren't there?
No, I'm not saying that.
What are you saying, Greg?
I'm saying we were looking for games where they could lose. And those are the 3 games I'm picking that where they could lose.
All right, so they will lose a game this year.
I think they'll lose a game this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah.
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 And by the way, I think that having the number 1 seed is going to be so much more important this year because of everything we've seen this week.
Sure.
Because I'll tell you this, Twist Nation, right now, there's going to be an 18th week of the season.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
You know, so as long as you're not involved in one of those games, you're going to get 2 bye weeks.
So far, I was right on the buys shuffling around.
Yeah, no, we've given you credit. Calm the fuck down.
Oh, now he wants the knuckles.
With our first COVID scare and now Cam Newton in our second in the NFL, are you guys nervous now about the season outlook?
No, because the reason why I'm not, I don't think the Super Bowl is going to be played on the day they have it designated for right now. Mm-hmm. But there's a 6-week gap between when the Super Bowl is scheduled to be played and when they have to use Tampa Bay Stadium for something else. So they have all of that time where they can just, and obviously, as we've seen, it's not like these stadiums are being used for anything else.
What are they using it for?
Well, I don't know. They said
a Shania Twain concert is on the docket.
Man, I feel
maybe
like
Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani.
Let's go, girl.
It's Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. They're going on tour. No,
are they really?
No, I don't know.
Oh, they should.
Yeah, that'd be fresh.
Gwen looks better now than she did back in the 90s.
I actually went.
Fresh.
Yeah,
about 4 years ago, I went to a Blake Shelton concert, and Gwen Stefani came out doing "Holla Back Girl." 12,000 at the Target Center. 12,000.
You remember any
Cowboys? I wasn't in the shine box that one.
Oh, weird.
I had to be respectful.
Oh my God! Can I touch on this topic now?
Guess so. Fuck.
So I'm not worried about the NFL season as much as I'm worried about the fantasy football season and all of this bullshit that we're having to constantly deal with, the game might be on Tuesday, possibly on Tuesday. We'll see what happens. There's nobody you can put into those spots. There's no other games on Tuesday. No. So it just puts a pickle in my freaking jar, Greg.
Yeah, it does.
Why don't you just relax? What you shouldn't do is have guys like Patrick Mahomes on your team.
Yeah, you call him Patrick. That's what his mother named him.
You don't have him. He's the only reason why I got wins in some of the
leagues.
That's
what I'm saying. You got too many eggs in one basket. Have all B-level players like I do, or if you lose any one of them.
Yeah, great approach, Greg. All right, so the upcoming draft, quarterbacks. Hey, Tevin, what's your boy doing right now?
Do we have an update on the NDSU game, Tevin?
The NDSU game, it just got underway.
Okay. So nothing.
I'll pull up an update here.
Do they got the ball first?
Guys, I'm busy running your show. All
I want to know is if they. Well, while you're doing
I'm surprised he's in the room.
While he's doing that, I got.
Was that his excuse for the YouTube video of Regis Philbin?
He's working on it.
2 weeks ago, Tevin, we were checking out your old campus. Me and Mike.
Yeah.
We were driving around NDSU's campus.
We sure were.
Yeah,
Go Fighting Sioux.
Think we weren't?
We're not going to YouTube right now, Tevin. We're going. Just type in NDSU Bison. It'll come right up.
He's got it.
Just let him go.
Who's your quarterback?
Can I go through some stats for you guys, and then you can decide?
Oh, Mr. Stat Man.
Who you want to know about? Trevor Lawrence, 6'6", 220. Okay.
Already know that.
Last season, 268 completions out of 407.
Knew that,
great.
too.
He looks great getting off the bus.
3,600 passing yards. 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Yep, 36
Justin
and 8.
Fields,
right next.
Ohio State.
6'3", 228 pounds. Threw for 3,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 3 picks.
3 picks.
Okay.
Trey Day Lance.
Tevin
NDSU.
and Matt's boys.
6'4",
and
226,
Austin.
Dual threat. Okay.
Yeah. PJ Fleck wanted him to play linebacker.
Yeah.
Hey,
a bunch of D1s wanted him to be an athlete instead of a quarterback.
Oh, because quarterbacks aren't our athletes.
And then I was listening to something on K-Fan, and they were saying that because he's black, he shouldn't have been a quarterback.
He's black?
That's what these teams were saying.
If you were a black linebacker, I'd say I think you should be quarterback.
Yeah, it was your boy, the head cheese. That's who was saying it. It was because of racism in college football and said that he was black.
Well, Kamal Martin.
No, the head cheese.
Sinekin.
Kamal Martin was a quarterback for Burnsville.
Yeah.
And they converted him to linebacker.
Sure.
I don't know. When I watch football, I don't look at guys' skin color.
Oh, God. Oh, here we go, Greg. Anyway, Trey Lance last season, okay?
Yep.
Threw for 2,700 yards.
Right.
28 touchdowns. Ran for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns.
What's his 40 time?
I think it was right around 4.3.
Lie. You're lying.
It's under 4.4. That's what he's running.
You're lying.
That's
he's
cheetah numbers.
6'4".
That's cheetah numbers, exactly.
He's as tall as me, and he runs a 4.3.
He doesn't.
I run like a 7.2 40.
Yeah.
Tevin, give me a Trey Day Lance.
Trying to run our show.
He's getting it. For those of you that don't know, Kevin is the producer.
Former wide receiver from NDSU.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Put some respect on him. Trey Lance is fast. He is fast. So I'm not saying
4.3 fast.
I don't think he's 4.3.
Under 4.4, I said.
That's 4.3.
That doesn't, and that's not 4.30.
4.39 is 4.3.
That's not 4.30.
Nobody said 4.30.
It's also under 4.4.
Yeah, but you're let's just.
All right.
What do you got there? 4.9. I saw 4.9.
Looks like we're doing
4.92. That's not 4.3. That's not under 4.4. That's 4.9.
That's under 5.
So he's slow.
Yeah, come on, that's not slow.
Yeah, it is.
For a dual
That's Russell Wilson numbers.
Growing up, Trey Lance loved every sport.
That's average.
I could run a 4.9 right now.
Yeah, let's go outside.
Come on.
Water bet.
Guarantee it.
Probably between his
Guarantee
freshman
it.
and sophomore
We'll
year,
get
and I was like,
9.4.
I said, why are you trying to play the ball?
9.4? Those are numbers like me.
Okay.
I got 2 bad knees. I might be able to break it.
Okay, you got a little something here.
You did. Wait a minute.
All right, so Trey Lance
who
is
you
your
going
with?
me.
Other kids couldn't.
Going with the 6'6" Goldilocks,
across
man.
the field, and that was when I was like, okay, yeah, he's going
No, it
places.
isn't.
I've been saying
I
this.
like chalk.
I've been saying this since the way home from the Packer game. They're going to get Justin Fields.
Oh, I love it.
And they're going to bring in Eric Bieniemy.
that.
Yeah, they're going to bring in Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah,
as a head coach.
the thing about Trevor Lawrence that worries me is that he's got a Clemson offensive line with a Clemson roster, and that's what worries me when he gets to
Look
that
at Joe
next
Burrow.
level. He's not going to right. I get that.
Okay, but that contradicts your statement because Joe Burrow doesn't have an LSU
I'm not
offense.
sold. I'm sold on all of his freaking stats when it comes to size and fundamentals, but I'm worried that when he gets to the next level, his passion won't be in it.
Okay. No, I want a black quarterback. Who's the best quarterback in the league?
Patrick Mahomes.
Who's the second best?
Lamar Jackson.
Third best?
Deshaun Watson.
Fourth best?
Kyler Murray.
Fifth best?
Russell Wilson.
Sixth?
Kirk Cousins.
Sixth?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, Dak Prescott. So your top 6,
I
basically,
get
of
what
your
you're
top
saying.
10 are all
Yeah.
black quarterbacks. I want one. I don't want Teddy.
They're not a car.
I don't want Teddy. I don't want
Okay.
Tavares, Jackson, RIP.
Yeah.
I want to hit on one.
Okay.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Daddy, I want a quarterback. I want one.
I want one.
Give me one of them.
Fucking give me one.
Yeah, I would be perfectly fine with
All right,
Justin
topics are done.
All right.
Fields.
What do we got going on next? Oh, the game.
Says who?
Let's play games. Twists, game of the week.
Yeah.
Greg.
Greg is a little eager to jump on, but that is correct. Your name is your buzzer. So, Twist Nation, we do have 2 games, but we're going to get to mine first. It's a real quickie. Let me move this away.
Brilliant.
So this is rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Yeah. NFL stat leaders. Passing yards. Matt. Just need the name. Don't need the numbers.
Greg.
It's not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Greg. Russell Wilson. Really?
Oh, Doge isn't up there. You want to guess?
He just did.
Matt?
He said Pat Mahomes.
Matt Ryan?
No. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, good for him.
1,188. Rapid fire. Rushing yards.
Matt. Aaron Jones?
Greg, is it Dalvin Cook?
Nope, he's 4th.
Derrick Henry, 319.
Slow and steady.
0 for 2. Doge, who's not present because he's laughing at you fools,
that's okay.
has 2. Receiving yards. Greg.
D-Hop.
Correct. Greg's on the board. Passing touchdowns.
Matt.
Russell
Wilson.
Correct. 1-1. Rushing touchdowns.
Matt.
Aaron
Jones.
I will take it. There's 4 tied. Delvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, and CMC all with 4. 2-1 Matt. Receiving touchdowns. Matt.
Calvin Ridley.
Correct. Tied with Lockett and Mike Evans.
That was good. I'll give you that.
With 4. 3, 2, 1. Tackles.
Matt. TJ Watt.
Khalil Mack.
Eric Kendricks.
Oh, wow.
33.
At least they can set a stat.
He's the only guy which also accounts for 90% of the Vikings tackles.
331 sacks.
Matt, Aaron Donald.
No, this is tricky. 3, 2, 1. Alden Smith with 4. Nice. Out of the league for 5 years, comes back with 4. Interceptions. Matt.
Gilmore?
Xavier Rhodes with 2.
That is hilarious.
That's such a Minnesota fucking thing, isn't it? Isn't it though?
One was against
defensive touchdowns.
Matt. Dolphins?
Yeah, because that's a player.
Oh, I thought you said defensive team. Okay.
Yeah. Xavier Rhodes. Wow. With 1. Special teams touchdowns.
Matt. Miami Dolphins.
What the hell's the guy's name who just ran the one back?
We're not doing teams. It's a person again.
Yep.
What the hell's his name? He just ran back the
I don't know
kickoff.
his name.
93-yarder for the Baltimore Ravens. I can't think of his name.
Who is it?
I can't think of it.
Willie Snead.
This was done before that. So, But yeah, so it was 0. So Doge won. You guys suck. Tevin, what else you got lined up for us?
All right, one game is fun, so why not play another one? We've got the initials game.
Greg.
Initialsgame.com.
Yeah, so for all you Minnesota people, we listen on Fridays to KFAN 100.3.
The Fan.
Corey Cove came up with a brilliant game, the initials game. They're like 370 in. So it's such a hit that he literally created the game, and we bought it. Matt bought it.
Support him.
Theinitialsgame.com.
Yeah.
So there you go. And Tevin has got it in the producer's room, and he is going to let us know. And the 3 of us,
Mike actually gets to participate.
I get to participate in the game.
All right. Let's go. So here we go.
Good guys.
The initials for the week are MB. MB.
Like Matt Benz?
Yes, sir.
The man.
So clue number 1. One of these made sports history November 20th, 1982. And your name is your buzzer.
Yep.
Clue number 2 can be for entertainment or competition. Clue number 3, sometimes seen near flags or rifles. Clue number 4, Heath Ledger utilized one in 10 Things I Hate About You. Clue number 5, Nick Cannon was a part of one of these in a 2002 film.
Matt, marching band?
Ding, ding, ding.
Damn it, I was thinking. I remember he's on the fucking...
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
Number 2, so we got Matt Benz in the lead early, 1-0.
How many are there?
There are a lot. So...
First 1 to 4?
First one to 5.
5.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to get any.
Clue number 1 was a client of Ari Gold on HBO's Entourage. Clue number 2 appeared in a 2012 Tom Cruise film.
Matt?
Yep.
Marlon Brando.
Mike.
You're out for the rest of the game.
Michael Bolton.
Good try.
All right. So now it's down to GVG. Clue number 3 has been a guest judge on multiple TV reality competition shows. Clue number 4, 1994's My Life appeared on Rolling Stones magazine's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time.
How don't you know this, Greg? You're so stupid.
Clue number 5 was in 2017's Mudbound. Clue number 6, American singer, rapper, and actress known for using her middle initial.
I know it.
Yeah, it's Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, no.
3, 2.
Beyonce.
Matt, Mel B.
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, fuck off.
All right, I feel like that was a tough one.
That was a tough one. That's all right.
They're all tough. Corey Cove's an asshole.
All right, here we go. MB, number 1, debuted in 1968.
Greg knows this.
Clue number 2, often seen near Lake Michigan. Clue number 3.
Greg.
Yep.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Thanks for adding that one to my repertoire.
Number 3, the logo could be scored on the Boone and Crockett scale.
What?
Oh, I know this.
Clue number 4.
Sure you do.
Connected to Jesus Shuttleworth, Big Dog, and the Big O. Clue number 5. Goodland Green, Cream City Cream, Great Lakes Blue, Black and
Matt.
White. Yep.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Ding, ding, ding.
I knew deer can be scored on the Boone and Crockett.
Yeah.
That's what gave it away.
Yeah, and as soon as he said
Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen, the Bucks. Son of a bitch.
There you go.
As soon as I said Brewers, I'm like one clue too early. As soon as I said Bucks.
All right. Next up on the list, clue number 1, connected to a 2011 REM song title. Clue number 2, was referenced in 1985 John Cougar Mellencamp song. Number 3, was mentioned in Madonna's Vogue.
Greg. Marlon Brando.
Correct.
Fuck. I said it fucking earlier, you mother.
Fucking piece of shit, Greg.
Next
I hate
for
you.
MB.
Eat your face.
Clue number 1, first appeared in a dream sequence in 1984.
Hold on here. Do I have anything? Have I scored yet?
No, you are...
Goose egg.
And Matt's got 2, and
Greg's got
Greg
1.
Fucker's got 1.
Yep.
You have 2?
Yeah, he's got fucking 2.
Yeah, marching bands in Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I got to play serious.
Oh. Here we fucking go. You only got
All right,
Brando because
all right.
I said it.
Clue number 2, were once distributed in a McDonald's Happy Meal. Clue number 3, featured a nanny. Clue number 4, was rebooted in 2018. Clue number 5, Howie Mandel voiced multiple characters.
Fuck.
Clue number 6, they lived together in a nursery and were created by Jim Henson.
Greg. Muppet Babies.
Ding, ding, ding.
It was half a second.
All right, so now we've got GBG and Ben's tied at 2. Mike floating off in the distance somewhere with 0. Clue number 1, debuted in 1961. Clue number 2, often seen with a yellow cap. Clue number 3, most commonly seen in the morning. Clue number 4, once appeared in a KFC commercial promoting chicken and waffles. Clue number 5, she's filled. Clue number 6, most commonly connected to pancakes.
Aunt Jemima?
Greg. Mrs. Butterworth.
There you go.
Fuck! You can't say shit while I'm thinking, dude. I'm thinking you're breaking my fucking train of thought.
All right, let's go.
All right, GG. 2 away from winning. Ben's 2. Mike, still here, I guess, on the show.
Sucking it. Just sucking it.
I knew this was going to happen.
Quit.
I can never get him.
Matt's thinking.
Clue number 1. Often displays physical weakness.
Greg.
Clue number 2. Most often seen wearing a suit. Clue number 3. His first name is Charles. Clue number 4. Known for the phrases, release the hounds and excellent.
Greg.
Excellent.
Mr. Burns.
Excellent. Son of a bitch.
C. Montgomery Burns.
There you go. We'll give it to you.
So he gets fucking 2 guesses.
Mr. Burns is MB too.
Yeah, it's MB.
Yeah, Mr. Burns is also MB.
I'll allow
It's
it.
fine.
Corey Cove leaves a lot up to
It's all right. Time to run the table, boys. Here we go.
I literally said excellent. That should have been mine.
Oh my god. You've already checked out.
All right, so now GBG
No, I
1
haven't.
away from the win. Ben's 2. Mike 0.
Okay, you don't have to say 0 like
Clue number 1. Connected to the colors red, green, and blue. Clue number 2. Known for their signature facial hair. Clue number 3. Most commonly seen in overalls. Clue number 4, often seen wearing hats. Clue number 5, connected to pipes. And clue number 6, they both frequently eat mushrooms.
Greg, Mario Brothers.
And for the win, ladies and gentlemen, put some respect on his name. GBG.
Why did you buy that stupid fucking
I
game?
love it.
Burn that game.
I love
Burn
it.
it to the ground.
I love it.
I'm glad you like it, Greg.
And whether you go to the store right now or online and buy a little initials game, we're going to buy or sell right here on Twist Sports.
See what I have to deal with on a weekly basis when you don't get to contribute and I lose to this fucking guy? See? Now you can.
I hope you like that, Twist Nation. I'm never playing again.
That is that is a new segment we'll be playing every week.
Buy or sell. Mountain Dew is getting into the hot sauce game.
I'm a big fan right now. That's all I know. I've never heard anything about this until right now, and I'm
That's
a
all
big
you got?
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big
buy
fan.
it or sell
buy.
it.
I'm going to
buy,
sell it. They
buy.
should stick to what they know.
I want to buy
Really?
that.
Because they had Doritos and they were fantastic.
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I want to buy that, and I want to buy the Flamin' Hot Cheetos mac and cheese that you were talking about before. I want to buy both.
Put
right
it
now.
on it.
Yes.
Fuck.
Bring it.
Buying it.
Mountain Dew hot sauce.
Buy or
sounds
sell.
trash.
The next debate will go better than the first.
Buy. It can't get any worse.
Well, it could.
No.
And part of me wants to see it get worse.
Oh, I don't. I had such bad anxiety. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, poor man.
No, it's just
he's got anxiety from thinking during the game.
Oh my god, I'm just fucking over it. No, it was good. It was funny.
Buy or sell. CDC mentioning Thanksgiving should be done outdoors.
In Minnesota? Yeah, great.
Everywhere.
Let me get Grandma Carol out in the front yard when
Everywhere.
it's freaking freezing cold outside. That would be,
Yep.
That's a big sell.
Sell.
So let's not only she won't get COVID, but she'll die of pneumonia.
Trick or retreat?
What the hell is that?
Trick or retreat?
Oh, or retreat? No, I say trick or treat. You want to come to my house? I'm getting candy. I'm getting family size shit.
You know what? We've been trained for years on this.
Yeah.
It's the assholes who leave their lights off.
Right.
That don't want to contribute.
Yeah.
Right.
Do the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
Right.
You don't want you COVID, shut your light off.
Yeah.
We'll
Right.
go walk the neighborhood, and whoever's got lights, we'll stop by. Say
Yeah.
what up. Get a candy bar.
Yeah.
I'm tricking.
I wish
I want to go to your parents' neighborhood. They seem like they live in
It's
a
a great neighborhood.
That's a Republican neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of family size.
A lot of fucking liters of pop and freaking king size candy bars.
like king size Reese's Pieces.
yeah.
No apples and anything.
No.
in that.
Buy or sell pineapple on your pizza.
Sell.
See, I'm gonna buy it because I'm married and the wife loves it.
Do you?
I can eat it. It's fine.
Apparently, Matt left his brain and his testicles in South Carolina.
Yeah. Sell fast.
I can eat it. It's
Fruit
all right.
doesn't go on pizza.
No.
That's it. That's it for buy and sell.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
Great bit.
Great.
All right, now let's jump into the Twist headlines.
Oh, let's do it. It feels good. Does it feel good?
It does. Feels great.
Do you want me to number them like old times? Let's do it.
Like old times.
Like old times. Back in the day.
Yeah.
42 episodes ago.
Back in the day buffet. We're coming up on a year. I'm going to have to do our research. Maybe we'll have some balloons in studio.
Maybe some dips.
Oh, eat on the show?
Why
oh,
not?
you know what? That makes me, I don't mean to cut you
you're
off
good.
here. We should do like a taste test type deal. You know?
No,
Maybe
what
I'll
I
make-
should
maybe
do is
I'll
have
make that
Mama
one of the
Ben's.
games.
I should have Mama Ben's make 3 different dips, and we should tell her which one is best for Super Bowl Sunday.
What Mama Ben's needs to do is make me that caramel Rolo cheesecake.
Because you talk too much shit about her son. You're
Yeah.
on the fucking shit list
No.
right now. Yeah,
I
you
have
do.
Me and your mom have a completely different relationship than the relationship I have with you. If your mom wants to make me a caramel Rolo cheesecake, she can make me one. She doesn't have to do anything with how I treat you.
She was making praline Chex Mix when I left today.
She's still supposed to be making me beef jerky. Mama Ben's, I was your son's best
It's
man.
not the season for it. All right, let's get into these headlines. Number 1, Minnesota Twins continue to be worst playoff team in history with loss to the Astros.
Wow.
The Twins are 0-18 straight in playoffs since or they're 0-18 in playoffs since winning Game 1 in the AL Division in 2004. In the 2-game sweep against the Astros, they scored only 2 runs and had just 7 hits. How does that make you feel, Greg?
I just think it's funny because I've been a lifelong Twins fan and moved up here in 2003. And one of the things that, like, hey, I get to watch the Twins. They're always competitive. They're always a great team, and they haven't won a freaking playoff game since I moved up here.
Straight up, it's just depressing, man. It's depressing to see the team not have to play against the Yankees in the first round. Playing against a non-500 team
they were
that shouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were a huge favorite.
Plus, they're cheaters.
Yes.
So everyone was rooting for the Twins.
Yeah.
And you only score 2 runs.
Well, and it's like I was, when I accidentally logged into your show.
Sure.
It's the Twins are a great regular season team, but when you're only playing against the number 1 and number 2 pitchers in the playoffs. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have someone, maybe I'll call Lavelle E. Neal and the third and find out of the dingers that the Twins get, the record-breaking home runs that they hit
last year.
Yep. What percentage of those are done against other teams' 3 and 4 pitchers?
See, the problem with the Twins is they actually loved going against aces this year. You could see it. They hit Bieber really well.
Yeah.
They hit Keuchel really well at the beginning of the season. That wasn't the issue. The issue was they get to the postseason and they look shaken.
It's ever since Nathan blew that save in 2004.
Yeah, it's not good. So Mike's just taking headlines off, which is fine.
Yeah.
Minnesota receiver Rashad Bateman cleared to play after earlier opt-out. Bateman, who opted out August 4th and signed with an agent to begin preparation for the NFL draft, opted back in, and the Big Ten reinstated him as well.
Why are you doing the show still?
Bateman, who caught 60 passes for 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns last season as the Big Ten Receiver of the Year, was also diagnosed this past summer with COVID during the offseason.
I thought we were taking a commercial break.
Oh,
I don't.
Welcome back,
Matt. I don't pray for athletes all that often. But at the same time, I was actually like, come on, NCAA, do the right thing here,
right?
Because it was slam dunk. It's like you tell them they're not going to play. He gets an agent, and then now you go back and say, well, now you can play. But I could have seen the NCAA saying no.
Sure.
So I'm very grateful that they actually did the right thing and let him come back.
Right.
Regardless of if he exchanged money or whatever.
Roll the boat.
Roll the boat. Sky Yuma. Go Gophers.
Amen. Next
topic.
Lakers.
Number what?
3.
Okay.
Number 3.
So I only missed one, really.
Yeah, you only missed one.
Or 2.
And a half.
Yeah. That's fine. I
Lakers
drained the
beat
lizard.
the Heat.
I had to pee so bad.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Oh, God. Look at this thing.
Can I go now? Are we good? Holy shit, Greg. Lakers beat the Heat 124-114. AD scored 32, 14 rebounds. LBJ. LeBron James.
33 points.
9 and 9. Jimmy buckets. 25, 8 and 13.
LeBron just proving and continuing to prove while he was the MVP this year.
Question to you
although
both.
AD has been playing more consistently.
AD's playing good, but LeBron is still. LeBron tells AD, "This is your team," so he resigns, and it ultimately will be. But if AD really thinks that this is his team right now, he's high.
Well,
all right,
first of all,
go ahead, Greg.
I just love Anthony Davis' hair.
He said first He said first before you did anything.
Do you got it?
I'm done.
You sure? Fucking A.
Do you need a cranberry juice?
I'm about to ask you guys your take. Will the Lakers sweep the Heat?
No, I think they'll get one win.
I think they'll get a win too. I think it'll be 4-1.
Who's your MVP?
LeBron.
Unfortunately, I think they're going to give it to AD because he's been more consistent in the playoffs.
Well, we're only 2 games in.
I don't believe that. I think when it's shown time and time again, you look at the stat line. Yes, AD has been more consistent points-wise, but when you look at the total box, facilitator, leadership, taking over games, closing out the last series putting the whole team on his
That
back.
was incredible.
I guarantee you, not guarantee, I'll make a strong wager that after they win their 3rd game, so whenever they're
Correct.
1 game away,
LeBron will take over the last game.
LeBron will say in a post-game interview that AD is the MVP of this series because he wants him to sign long-term.
Yeah, and that's what I just said. The nice thing, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
LeBron, we're not going to have the Jordan. He's one of the best players ever.
Yeah.
Correct.
But he's also like regular season or like a random game in the playoffs that he doesn't care about. He's a turnover machine. He just
Correct.
But when he wants to take over, when they took out the Nuggets, and he basically was like, you could see it.
Yeah.
He's like, it
flipped it.
You guys are fucking done.
And this is why he came to the Lakers and has the roster that he has.
He's
because
so good.
When it's time for him to take over, that's why if Miami doesn't win next game, they will not win a game.
I think if Bam comes back and they're talking, I think the next game would be the one.
If they don't, game 4 is.
Is this
sweet.
next one in Miami?
Fuck off. Bubble.
They have to switch sides of the.
Oh my god, that's such a joke.
All right. What's a joke is that they wear masks.
Yeah, that's funny.
They're in the bubble.
Speaking of masks, COVID related. Fucking NFL.
Nice transition.
Pittsburgh Steelers, Tennessee Titans game are scheduled for October 25th. The Steelers at Baltimore game will move from October 25th to November 1st. 2 more Titans players tested positive on Friday, and then I think another 3 today. That brings it to a total of 18 members of the Titans.
Wow.
Then bonus time, Cam Newton tests positive, and the Kansas City New England game is moved to Tuesday night pending further testing.
It's postponed just like the other one was.
Yeah.
I know.
So unless there's not an outbreak, and hopefully it gets released today or tomorrow.
But what's
tomorrow
like,
before 11
like they
a.m.
say, I mean,
Because otherwise I'm
fucked. To say it like,
well, it's
you're
not,
fucked.
I just have to start TJ Hawkinson over Travis Kelce.
I gotta start Joe Exotic over
Okay,
freaking
Joe
Patrick
Tiger
Mahomes.
King. The Tiger King's got a
No.
great game.
I hope so, but this
Weekly
would be
fantasy. I'm playing in the weekly fantasy.
Anytime you start somebody over Patrick Mahomes, it never works out good.
Oh, of course.
Every time.
Yeah, but you know what you shouldn't
Detroit
have done?
Tigers GM Al Avila.
Fuck,
what
you
a
got the
name.
Star Tribune over there or what?
Says AJ Hinch and Alex Cora are being considered for teams' manager jobs. Hinch, who was suspended by the MLB until next year, and Cora, who was fined for the involvement of the cheating scandal with the Astros and the Red Sox, are now being considered for jobs with the Tigers.
Don't ever put the Detroit Tigers in your headlines again.
Think about that.
What the fuck?
Okay,
Who cares?
another way to say this entire headline is the Detroit Tigers are trying to save money on a manager next year.
Yeah.
They're going to get someone on the cheap because nobody else wants him because he's a cheater.
What a fucking shit show.
Or another way of saying it is Matt wanted to have 4 headlines and he grabbed some stupid ass
That's
shit.
a big
to
one
talk
if you
about.
actually like to watch baseball, which you don't.
It's
Well,
not
Matt,
big.
Matt,
Nobody
you-
cares about the
That's
Detroit
big news.
Tigers.
When your team just loses to the cheating fucking Astros, and now their cheaters are offered another
Matt,
job.
so Matt,
It's
do you-
fucking MLB.
Matt, hey Matt.
Okay, do you agree with me that
No.
the reason why you would do this is because you're going to get a good quality manager for the cheap?
No, we don't ever agree with you, Green Bay
I think
Greg.
the only reason that this was a headline
We hate you.
in the major market media is simply because they were on a list of names and they
Matt.
would be considered.
Matt,
But they're not going to get a
Matt,
job.
Matt,
Won't happen.
Matt, do you agree with me? You hate Greg's face.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, that's all I got for headlines, Kevin.
All right, and now we can transition. Everybody get ready to get learned. It's Twist History.
Yes. I've been missing this.
Yeah. All right. 1849, American author Edgar Allan Poe is found delirious in a gutter in Baltimore, Maryland, under mysterious circumstances. It is the last time he is seen in public before his death.
He's ingesting embalming fluids.
Wow. 1863, Lincoln designates the last Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day. He was a hell of a president. 1920, Speaking of that, I loved how Donald Trump, he said he's the second favorite president to black people, except for Lincoln, the guy who freed slaves. Like, okay, Donald. Oh, 1920, American Pro Football Association, later the NFL, plays first full round of games. It was the Dayton Triangles. They beat the Columbus Panhandles. That would have been Matt's favorite team back in the day. 1942, New York Yankees shortstop Frank Crosetti shoves umpire Bill Summers in Game 3 of the Baseball World Series. Got a big fat fine of $250. But the big thing was he was suspended in the first 30 days of the 1943 season. 1945, Elvis Presley's first public appearance was at the age of 10. Do you knuckleheads know that?
No.
What did I just say?
Elvis Presley.
What are you
10.
doing? Checking your fucking stocks?
NFL Fantasy just said how they're treating the games.
Oh my God.
Keep going.
You don't want to get learned. 1951, shot heard around the world. Not that kind of shot. Bobby Thompson hits 3-run homer off Ralph Branca and the Brooklyn Dodgers, bottom of the 9th, 1 out to give New York Giants a dramatic 5-4 playoff win in the NL pennant. 1955, Mickey Mouse Club premieres.
Greg was in that.
1960, he tried out for it. He didn't get it.
Me, JT, Britney Spears.
All had frosted tips.
1960, U.S. sitcom The Andy Griffith Show. Do the whistle.
I can't whistle. Okay, I'm about to learn you. Go ahead. Do your Andy Griffith. Do you know that song actually has words and a name? The name of the song is Down by the Old Fishing Hole.
You can't even whistle it. Shut your mouth. 1961, the TV sitcom Mr. Ed premieres on CBS.
Talking horses.
Mike never actually did his Andy Griffith Show. He never did it. You just said 1960, the Andy Griffith Show, and then we started whistling. You never
premiered.
Okay.
Fuck off, Greg.
God. Greg's favorite American, Ted Bundy, in 1974, victim Nancy Cox disappears in Salt Lake City. Also in 1974, 39-year-old Frank Robinson becomes MLB's first African-American manager when he signs as a player/manager for the Cleveland Indians. Yes, America, they are still called the Cleveland Indians. 1989.
No Wahoo no more.
Oakland Raiders promote 42-year-old Art Shell as the first African-American to be an NFL head coach in modern times. Takes over from Mike Shanahan.
Wow.
So baseball, it was 74. NFL, it was 89.
Yeah.
Okay. 1990. 1990.
Oh, 1990.
Very nice.
How much?
Florida record.
Jesus, here we go. This is horrible. This is piss poor podcasting.
Okay, 1990. Florida record store owner Charles Freeman is found guilty of obscenity.
So he wasn't free.
For selling 2 live crew rap records. How about that?
His name was Freeman.
Nice.
But then he got locked up. Dude, got him. Tough break, kid.
1995. Former NFL running back, broadcaster, and actor The Juice, O.J. Simpson, found not guilty of the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman.
The glove just didn't fit, man.
You must have quit.
2006, the best show ever created.
Lost.
Clear Eyes, Full Hearts.
Can't lose.
Can't lose.
Friday Night Lights, baby, let's go!
Premieres on NBC.
Fucking A.
I found this very interesting. So let's cut out Friday Night Lights. So in 1995, not guilty of the murder. But in 2008, found guilty of kidnapping and armed robbery on the same day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy? So OJ was guilty in 2008.
I wonder what he's doing today
of
on the anniversary.
Podcasting, I'm pretty sure.
He is golfing.
Yeah,
Probably golfing.
and doing
Got a big
live
Twitter
streams.
following. He rants a lot on there. I've actually messaged him trying to get him on Twist.
He's not.
He can't make the cut.
Oh, if we could get the Juice.
Great.
Yeah.
That would be second to Doc Shannon.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Tevin. Yeah.
You had it. You had it.
You got it.
Didn't want to interrupt some Juice talk, but
You're doing good.
Juice back in the day.
What's the update on my boy Trey?
We're down 3-0 right now.
Has he thrown the rock, ran the rock? What's his stat line?
ESPN's messing up the stat line stuff, so I have to figure it out.
Why don't you fucking Google it like you're doing everything else during the show, you asshole?
All right, what do we got next?
Yeah, what's next,
Soon
Kevin?
Trey Lance will be on this segment. Players to watch.
All right, my player to watch this week is, I think, obvious, the Minnesota Vikings, Dalvin Cook. If there are 10 offensive plays where Dalvin Cook is not touching the ball, the entire coaching staff should be fired and just bring in anyone else. The 3 of us will coach the team for the rest of the year. But you need to run the ball this week because Kirk Cousins doesn't have a spine or an ounce of courage. The only way you're going to win this game is to Run Dalvin Cook about 30 times and throw him about 8 to 20 screen passes. Dalvin Cook, player to watch. Use him in fantasy.
Yeah, it's not looking good here, boys. Trey
No one
Lance
cares.
is 1 for 7 for 14.
That's cool.
Slipping.
All right, Tim. Anytime he talks, just play the music,
He's
please,
southern.
from now on to the rest of the show.
All right. I thought we had more players to watch, but we're going to get on
Just
to
one.
the bracket.
This one is going to be Matt and Greg's favorite bracket we've done to date.
Is it about food?
It's cake versus pie.
Ooh.
Pie guy.
Oh.
I like my pie.
Yeah.
But I also like cake.
All right.
Vanilla.
We are going to start in the cake region.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The number 1 seed, birthday cake, taking on the number 16, fruit cake.
Birthday cake.
B-Day. Angel food or pound cake?
Angel food.
Angel. You're trying to lose the pounds here. Coffee cake or bunt cake?
Coffee cake. Coffee cake's a quality cake.
Yeah, it's quality cake.
Damn good.
With coffee.
German chocolate or funfetti?
Funfetti.
Okay, I have no idea what this is. Explain it to
Funfetti
me.
is just like a...
It's like an angel food
angel
cake.
food cake, kind of, but it's got the colored sprinkles inside
Like confetti.
of it.
Yeah.
Funfetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that. All right. We'll just, do you guys want to go down and finish the cakes off, or should we slide over to a pie?
Slide over to
Let's
the
do
pie.
a pie. Let's
Let's
mix
do
it
a
up.
pie. Okay. The number 1 seed, apple pie, taking on the number 16 seed, grasshopper pie.
Apple pie.
Apple pie, unfortunately.
Apple. Now, I haven't looked this
Trash.
over. So,
Apple pie is a
for
trash
Thanksgiving,
pie.
it's amazing.
Trash.
My grandpa brings a mincemeat pie,
Oh.
and I've refused to eat it.
You should try it. They're actually pretty good.
Shut your face. Pecan pie or banana cream
Banana
pie.
cream.
Pecan pie.
Banana cream
Pecan
pie.
pie.
Banana cream pie.
Fuck off, you bowl.
Pecan pie.
Yes! Oh, I got one.
I once on a bet in college ate an entire banana cream pie from Baker Square.
What's the
Bananas
that's
are
sounds-
disgusting.
That's a lot of dairy.
What was the bet?
If I could do it or not.
Jesus fuck. You must. Oh my god.
Oh, God. I already know our answer. Peanut butter or Boston cream?
Peanut butter.
All day. I'm of such a...
I'm waiting for my goat pie.
stick
man.
my dick in a peanut butter pie. Pumpkin pie or lemon meringue?
Lemon meringue.
Lemon meringue. Oh,
Not a big
that's
fan of
my
pumpkin.
favorite.
Yeah,
No, pumpkin
Mama
is
Ben's-
disgusting.
Mama
lemon
Ben's
meringue
makes a
is horrible.
mean lemon meringue.
All right, sliding
We gotta
back
keep that
over
one
to the cakes. A wedding cake or a pineapple upside down cake?
Wedding cake.
Pineapple upside down.
Wedding. Even though we got donuts and cookies at Matt's
You
wedding.
had some cake?
I never had any
I didn't
cake.
have cake.
You were cutting a rug, probably. Greg was trying to attempt doing the macaroni.
Red-
Oh, the electric slide.
Yeah.
Fuck. Did you
Jake-
talk about that?
Jake
No.
doing the electric slide, doing the Macarena was impressive.
Side
Alright.
story. Explain
Yeah,
it, Matt.
So, anyways, Greg, up to my wedding, talked about how excellent of a dancer he is. And when it came down to crunch time, Greg looked lost. And when I say lost, I mean...
we questioned if he was drinking.
It looked like he had never danced ever in his life. Now, I know he's not very coordinated
No.
to begin with.
Nah.
But when he was up there, I just poked Mike. I said, "Are you seeing this right now?" We were outside smoking, but you could still see in. And I said, "Are you seeing this right now?" And we just kind of stopped, and our jaws hit the floor. Now, Greg tells me afterwards it's because he's no longer drinking.
Yeah, it's because he wasn't
He was
drunk.
only good when he was drunk. Now, Greg, I used to smoke large amounts of marijuana in high school. Large
Heady
amounts.
amounts.
And I would tell my teachers the reason why I'm coming to school high is because I only remember what I've learned while I was high when I'm high.
You admitted that you were high.
Oh, they knew I was fucking chopped.
Oh.
Yeah, my teachers just were happy.
So did mine, but I
showed
never
up.
admitted it.
Yeah, so that's false. It's false.
Best part.
Okay.
Best part. Was it that dance or was it another dance where I don't know how to do any of these
The
dances.
the electric slide.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know how to do any of them, so I don't try to, but I get out there anyway.
Cut her
Okay.
up.
Who looked good?
Okay.
Mike Reeves.
Yeah,
Here's,
I did.
here's all I'm
Let's
gonna say
hear
about. Here's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
go
about.
ahead.
Yes, your wedding was the first wedding I've been to in my adult life where I wasn't just in the shine box. But The following
Such
week,
a 1940s term.
The following week, I went to my girlfriend's sister's wedding with
Drunk
my,
and
no,
you
no,
nailed
no,
it.
just no, with my kids. My daughter refused. Just wait. My daughter refused to dance. She just wasn't in the mood. So when I took the kids back to their mom's house, my ex-wife, who for all intents and purposes hates my guts, said to my daughter, "I'm surprised you didn't dance. I like to dance, and your dad's a really good dancer." My ex-wife, who, to this day, her and I disagree about things, said, and why? Because she's seen me dance drunk before.
No, it's because you've made her orgasm before.
There it is.
I
Shots
killed
fired.
it. I've never even done it.
You set him up for that one, Greg.
I just hopped out there and I looked around and I kind of, red velvet cake or coconut cake.
Oh, red velvet.
Red velvet. Carrot cake or black forest.
Carrot cake.
Black Forest.
Carrot cake with cream cheese frosting.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, Black Forest.
Black Forest.
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Or what? What else?
Doesn't matter.
Spice.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, spice cake.
Blueberry pie or rhubarb pie.
Rhubarb.
Blueberry.
I love rhubarb.
I just don't like rhubarb.
Rhubarb's
It's just
great.
it's too tart.
Rhubarb crisp.
I don't like
With ice
blueberries, but I don't know about.
Rhubarb's great.
I'm just gonna say rue because I hate blue. Key lime or sweet potato.
Key lime.
Yep.
Oh God, they're both just so disgusting. Cherry or French silk.
French silk.
Yes,
The goat.
That could be the winner.
Yeah.
or peanut butter. I think the cakes are gonna lose, but we'll see. Cheesecake or brown sugar.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Mama Ben's caramel Rolo cheesecake.
Guy.
All right, sticking with the pies. French silk versus cheesecake.
French silk.
French silk.
French silk.
That's a tough one, though.
I know.
Rhubarb or key lime.
Key lime.
Key lime.
Key lime or French silk.
French silk.
So French silk is in the final four.
Yeah.
Let's go up to the pie. Apple or pecan?
Pecan.
Apple.
Apple.
Come on.
With ice cream.
Oh.
Shut your mouth.
Peanut butter or lemon meringue?
Peanut butter.
Lemon meringue.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter or apple?
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Peanut butter. So we have peanut butter and French silk out of the pie regions. Birthday or anal?
Anal.
Birthday.
Angel.
Birthday.
You've never had an anal cake?
No.
Brilliant. Good for you. Good for you, Greg.
Coffee cake or funfetti?
Coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
Coffee cake. Coffee or birthday?
Coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
Coffee cake makes it to the final four. Wedding cake or red velvet?
Red
velvet.
Yep.
Carrot cake or ice cream, or excuse me, Black Forest or ice cream?
Ice
cream. Ice cream. Taking it.
Yep.
Now, to get to the championship, cake versus pie. Ice cream cake versus French silk pie.
Oh, wait. What?
I'm going to go French silk pie.
Oh, no.
No.
Excuse me.
Cakes and cakes.
Cakes and cakes.
Coffee cake.
Coffee cake or ice creame cake?
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake.
And then French silk.
Over peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll agree.
Yeah.
French silk pie or ice cream cake?
I'm going French silk.
Over ice cream cake?
Yeah. Because you can get ice cream in your freezer at any time.
Correct.
French silk, the combination of whipped cream.
This isn't pie and ice cream. This is pie
French
versus
silk.
cake.
Yes.
French silk.
The combination
It's
of
lighter. You can
chocolate
eat more of it. I could eat a whole one myself. I'm literally stopping at Hy-Vee on the way home and getting a pie and a cake, and I don't want to hear anything about it. The last time we did a bracket, I had to stop at Arby's and I had to get curly fries. This time I'm having to get a pie and a fucking cake. I'm not going to do laundry.
He's going to eat his shit.
Oh, my God.
French silk is your winner in the pie versus cake bracket.
And me and my kids are coming over later.
I'm making a pineapple ham tonight, too.
Are you?
Yeah.
He can have no room
Dinner
for
rolls, mashed potatoes.
Why don't you
gravy.
just bring it over to my
Taylor makes gravy from scratch, you know.
That doesn't surprise me.
She makes a
She's a
roux and
lovely
everything.
woman.
Oh, great woman.
it. Yeah.
Glad I got it. She said I look really hot today on the screen.
And the fact that
Fuck you, Greg.
we didn't have ice cream cake as a winner ruins all credibility.
You're just fucking.
You're
No.
just
fucking
French silk.
Kevin's just on one right now. The Bison are losing 6-0.
No, we fucking can't with you guys. You guys suck.
We're gonna move on to the NFL pick 'em, but I don't even think you're gonna pick the right ones after what I just.
They won't. They won't.
All right, quiet. After 3 weeks of NFL picks, 3 weeks, we have Greg. That's me at 9-6. Matt at 7-8, and Mike at 6-9. So for those of you keeping score at home, I'm the only one who would be winning money in Vegas.
And for those of you keeping score at home, your boy Mike has 69. All right,
nice,
giggity.
All right, so for our week 4 picks, I had to do a quick change to the picks.
That's what we do. We adapt
because
we adapt here at Twist.
The Chiefs and Patriots may not play, so
they ain't gonna play.
I picked the game that has the most intriguing spread. We have the Ravens at the WFT. 13.5 point favorites are the Ravens. Over the Washington football
Ravens
team.
are going to stomp.
Ravens.
They're going to have a redemption game. It's
Matt
be
and Mike are going with the Ravens. Greg will take the WFT.
Good. That's where we catch up.
Nice mascot.
Colts.
The
2.5 point favorites at the Bears.
Fuck the Bears. Fuck Combs and fuck the Bears.
You heard it, Combs. Ditty. Here's the little ditty.
Matt's taking the Colts. Michael.
Repeat that. He got
Colts are 2.5 point favorites at the Bears.
At the Bears, 2.5.
Big Dick Nick swanging in the back.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to take the Bears.
Mike's taking the Bears. Greg takes the Colts.
That's where I catch up right there.
Fine. All right. Chargers.
What did you take?
He took the Colts.
All right, good for you.
I like
Chargers
the Colts
at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 7.5 point favorites.
Where's it at?
It's at the Buccaneers. That would be in Tampa Bay.
Been there.
Done that.
Chargers, Buccaneers. Buccaneers minus 7.5.
Oh, that's a shitty spread. I don't like that. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Matt is taking
Herbert.
What about you, Greg?
I'm going to also take the Chargers.
I think the Bucks will win, but
I'm going to take the Chargers too.
Mike is also taking the Chargers.
Not 7.5.
Next game, another interesting spread. The Vikings at the Houston Texans. The Texans are 3.5 point favorites.
Texans.
Matt is taking the Texans. Michael.
Texans.
Greg will also take the Texans. Next game, the Falcons, 6.5 point underdogs to the Green Bay Packers at GB. Greg will take the Packers because 6.5 is not a lot of points.
Pack.
That's how you do that, boys.
All right.
3 washes right there.
Games.
All right.
And I got 2 chances to
All right, now we're going to tune into the Fantasy Desk and get a Twist Fantasy Football update.
Fantasy update?
Yeah, here I am, Mike Reeves with the Fantasy Update. The Fantasy Update is Tevin and I suck at life. So I lost to GBG last week, and Tevin lost to Ben. So we are 1 and 2, and these two mother truckers are 2 and 1. I had another putrid 65.96 outing against GBG's 74.18. Yep. Well, Darren Waller got you 0.9. Tevin came in at 78.2 to Benzi's 92.3. So, looking ahead to week 4, we are back up, Tevin and I versus you and GBG. Now, I did run into this, and I did talk to you guys. My starters are Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley out for the year. So my backup, JT, Jonathan Taylor, moved into a full-time position in a starting role.
Good for him.
But then I didn't have a backup, so I have Miles Sanders in.
Good pick.
I
like that.
So then my receivers were Adams and Julio, both of which were out last week. Yeah. So I had Thielen in my backup slot, and I had to just grab the best receiver I thought was left on the board in Kenny Galladay. So basically, he is my 4th receiver.
Okay.
So that's how that went.
That's too bad.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, my whole team is
in shambles.
But Kittle's back.
Kittle's back.
Georgia at the jungle.
Yeah, but he's got Mullins throwing on the ball.
Nick, shut your mouth.
Yeah, Mr.
I'd rather have
loves...
Mullins than fucking Jimmy G.
All right.
All day.
So Tevin and I facing each other for who's about to be dead last.
Me versus you this week, huh?
Dogfight.
Yeah, so winner of Tevin and I.
And you're going to play me without Patrick Mahomes, without Kelsey, and without Tyreek Hill. Beautiful.
Well, the nice thing with him is he can keep, if Mahomes plays, he takes Mahomes' points.
Yeah.
If he doesn't.
What do you mean? Oh, I have Mahomes.
Oh, you have Mahomes.
Oh, so it's best ball.
It's best ball.
Oh, I like that.
Your starter, if
No.
yeah.
No, it's not best. It's not who does better.
Sure, I know, but my starters will still play if I don't have to shuffle.
Correct.
Yeah, you're not logging in and it. Josh Allen is your backup.
I love that.
So, but if for some reason they play Tuesday night, you'll get Mahomes.
Yes.
It's always your starters.
Yes, that roster feels bad.
Mine was the best until
everyone got hurt.
Yep.
All right, and now it's time to put a wrap on this episode of Twist Sports Talk with GBG's final thoughts.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
He wants to do
We got the waiver wire.
We'll just do it. Go ahead, you got a bunch of shit.
I do.
I got one with you.
So are you circling the waiver wire with all these injuries, trying to find some help? We'll just go through the quarterbacks. The beard. Ryan Fitzpatrick. 15% availability in ESPN leagues. Justin Herbert, 13% availability. So for a weekly need, then I have a sleeper to get now. Jalen Hurts, available in 1.2% of ESPN leagues. If you got the room to do it, slide them on your roster.
I was just saying that even if you have Carson Wentz as your number 2 on a 12-team league, that you should drop him and pick up Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Because he will be starting within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Great. Running backs. Adrian Peterson, 47.6% of availability. So flip a coin, but if he's there, get him.
He got 23 touches last week, and carry on and
Yep. Jordan Howard, 45% availability. He scored in every game. 3 touchdowns, 3 games. So, and my sleeper, Brian Hill, Falcons running back, available at 9.6% of leagues. And I'm telling you, he might overtake Gurley for that starting position, and he will at some point because Gurley ain't staying healthy for a year.
Early.
So if you got Gurley, get Hill. Even if you don't get Hill, if you can afford to wait a couple weeks. Wide receivers, Sammy Watkins.
The Lizard King.
Available in 61.3% of leagues, so a little over half. But if he's there, grab. T. Higgins, 21.3%, and KJ Hamler.
Interesting.
But better with Locke. You get him early, 3.7%.
Yep.
And tight ends, Dalton Schultz, 26.9%. Greg Olsen, 11%, which is very low.
Sure.
Jonnu Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought the reason I put him on here, he's the number 2 tight end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only 79.4%.
Great.
So in a lot of leagues out there, you can find Jonnu Smith and Jimmy Graham at 41.7. So there's some waiver wire additions to help win you this week.
Yeah, you're lead it.
All right, and now let's have GBG put a wrap on the show.
All right, folks, we talked about the whole trick-or-treat thing and different things. What I'm asking everyone to do this time of the year or any time of the year, put your money where your mouth is.
Tell 'em.
That is, if you're the type of person who goes on social media and bitches about, it's like Walmart's allowed to stay open, this is allowed to stay open, but small businesses, then I only want to see your ass shopping in a small local business. You know what? It's like you're going to do the same thing everyone else does. You're going to shop for convenience and price. And the thing is like, you know what? Just shut your mouth or put your money where your mouth is. And if you want to host or be part of trick or treat, like Mike said, put your damn light on. Yeah. People are going to come over to your house. If you don't want to, keep your light off. People are in a day and age where you respect each other's wishes. But just don't go on social media and whine about something unless you're going to put your money where your mouth is. That's all I got.
You know what?
Bring it.
Our show is on Halloween, and we have costumes.
We're wearing costumes. And
we
you know
have
what?
costumes.
We might bring in a bucket of candy and then hand it out to strangers on the road. Whatever.
Yeah, out of Greg's white van. Hit that Dima Cash. Thank you, Twist Nation. Woo! Thank you, Stephanie Stradley. Thank you, Bricks. Boatworks, episode 42 in the books. We will see you next Saturday for episode 43. Thanks, fellas. Great job today.
Let's go.
Get pies and cakes.
Go get some pies.
Twist Nation. We talking sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC, Minnesota, land of the lakes. Food, Green Bay. That's all I gotta say. Yelling skull with the woes. You know we don't play. We get wild every single day. We got our flaws, but we love our saints. Twist Nation. Going like our pain.